Hey guys, it's Geography Lover here. Welcome back to another brand new video, and today we are diving into another plate tectonics video. Today we're here to talk about the Paleozoic Era from the Cambrian explosion to the Great Dying. So let's get started. So the Cambrian period. Here's the map of the Cambrian period with Laurasia right here. This is Laurentia and some part of Europe and Asia, and then here we have Gondwana, which consists of the southern half of the world. So, here are some Cambrian animals. We have the trilobites, very famous, some sea scorpions, some clams, the pyaca, and these weird sponges and other organisms, and these are the apex predators in the ecosystems. So, in the Cambrian, how it started was of the Cambrian explosion 541 million years ago. Life just flourished before they were very simple, like sponge life, as you can see at the bottom here. They flourished into these new ecosystems with apex predators, prey, and other aquatic life. So it flourished during the Cambrian. Here's a Cambrian ecosystem with the apex predator being the sea scorpion and the prey being the trilobites. And also there were some urchins, sea scorpion, smaller sea scorpions, and here are the trilobites and clams. Next is the Ordovician period. Here are some more Ordovician animals. As you can see, the cephalopods were very famous in this period. And then more trilobites and sea scorpions. You can see these two cephalopods. They had absolutely humongous shells on top of their heads. They were about the size of roughly 10 feet. They were humongous. Pretty big. At the end of the Ordovician and the beginning of the Silurian was the Ordovician-SILURIAN extinction event, which was a global ice age where sea levels dropped and the world was covered in ice, and it was similar to Snowball Earth, but there were places that were not as cold as it was during this extinction event. 75% of life died. The next is the Silurian period. As you can see, Gondwana is getting a little bit more shallow. Seas are coming back, and Laurasia is now one continent. Here are some Silurian animals. We have the sea scorpions, some fish, and we have some worms. Here are the apex predators. All of them are sea scorpions. This was the time they flourished during the Silurian. They flourished during this time period, and some jawed fish started to appear, but they were not apex predators until the next period, the Devonian. As you can see, the Gondwana is moved north, and Laurasia has moved south. They will connect very soon. Here are some Devonian animals. You can see the first jawed fish, some more kind of flounder fish, and 3 other types of fish right here, which I don't know, but they're jawed fish, and then some of them started to go on land. Here you can see the largest jawed fish, and animals are not going onto the land, and now new ecosystems on the land start to form. New forests, now today we call them Devonian forests, started to appear on the continents, but they do connect into one single landmass, Pangaea. But before that happens, the late Devonian extinction event occurs, where 70% of aquatic life is gone. This was a very big extinction. It was not as big as the Ordovician extinction, but it killed many of them who survived the Ordovician-SILURIAN extinction. Here we have Pangaea, and you can see, and this is the Carboniferous period, where Pangaea is now one continent, but still it's going to get a little bit bigger. Here are some Carboniferous animals. You see alligators, relative to them, prehistoric to them. A lizard here, newt, a prehistoric newt, and the Devonian forests. And the first bugs came out of the water as well. They were about the size of a bald eagle. Here's an ecosystem where the dragonflies were the size of bald eagles. Yes, they were that big. Here's some more reptiles, and a millipede that was the size of a 2-person canoe. Crazy. And there's a little newt there. Pretty large, but it's still small compared to the bug size. Because there was a lot of oxygen in the air, so the animals could flourish. And the last period was the Permian period. This period had Pangaea, one single continent now, where life flourished.